Hello everybody, it's Christopher from bladecomics.com. Got another drawing tutorial for you today. Today we're going to take a little more in-depth look at the method I use for shading. If you've never tried this, it's a good style for semi-realistic drawings. It really can't be beat. It's fairly fast and it's pretty easy to learn how to do. Once you try it a couple times, you'll get the hang of it straight away. Right now I'm just going over my outline a little bit more. Now what I'm going to do is take a tortillion. A tortillion is a blending tool. It's used for blending and shading. I'm just going to go around my entire outline with this. One of the things that keeps a drawing looking flat is if you outline the entire thing. If you use this blending tool and just work the outline in a little bit, you'll see it become a little bit more three-dimensional just from doing this. There's some other things I'll show you as we go here. But if you've never tried a tortillion, check it out. They're really cool. They're cheap. You can get, I think, like 6 for $1 online or at pretty much any art store that has anything to do with drawing. They're real cool. Another quick tip is I use a jumbo playing card underneath my hand to keep from smudging my drawings. Just make sure that you don't drag the playing card over your drawings or it will smudge it. May look like I do that now and then, but the card kind of sticks to my hand and picks up with my hand, so it doesn't smudge the drawings, even though it kind of looks like it. So yeah, just go over your outlines with the tortillions. They when you use them, you use a touch a little bit heavier than if you just drug it across the paper with its own weight. You don't want to use a lot of pressure. One of the mistakes I made for years was to use far too much pressure when I drug the tortillion across the paper, trying to kind of force the lead to go where I wanted it to. If you just use a light touch, it'll do exactly what you want it to do. Another good thing to mention is you want to use the right type of paper. You don't want to use computer paper or anything like that. I'll leave a list of tools in the description box and show you exactly what I use, but you want to use a good quality paper because you do a lot of rubbing with this technique, and regular like printer paper or whatever won't stand up to it. I'm spending a little bit more time on this. Normally I would use high speed through this. Yeah, there it goes now. But I wanted to kind of give an idea of just how long you want to take. With the high speed, you can really tell a bit more what a difference it makes. Again, it's pretty easy to do. It's a little bit time consuming, but I mean, most drawing is. And I'm going to use a 2H pencil to block in some different shadows. You don't have to use a 2H pencil. You can do it all with the mechanical pencil if that's what you prefer to do. It's just a personal choice. I'm kind of heavy-handed when it comes to drawing, so if I use a lighter pencil for shadows, it tends to work out pretty good for me. What I'll end up doing is blocking in these shadows and then going over them with the tortillion, then adding some more outline and blending that into the shadows. I hope that makes sense. I'll get to it all here. You'll be able to see it all. But the shadow stuff is what really starts bringing the drawing to life and making it look a little bit more 3D. If you try this technique a few times, I really think you'll like it. One thing I found with these videos is that people watch them and they think that it's cool looking, but they never really try it. If you go out and get this equipment and get these tools and really try it. Just go through 3, 4 drawings, and I think that you'll probably always use this for the rest of your life. It's really a cool technique. All right, going into high speed again. It's funny how the smallest things just start to make a drawing come alive. Just a little bit of shadows and it already looks 3D. Now I'm going to go over all of that I just did with the Tortillion just to blend it and make it look a little bit smoother. One thing about the Tortillion is it makes your lines a little bit darker. You're shading a little bit darker, so you've got to kind of account for that. Normally it's not really a big problem, it just gets a little bit lighter. I mean a little bit darker. But this stuff may seem hard at first, but if you stick with it, it's really fun. If you're with it for a little while, it doesn't seem like work at all. I don't know, drawing's fun to me. It beats jogging down the avenue, dodging dog poops. I think it's worth mentioning that this style can be used for anything. It doesn't have to be people, it could be nature, landscapes, fantasy stuff, whatever you want to do. This is a good way to shade just about anything you're doing. It ends up looking really smooth. I'll throw up a nice scan picture at the end so you can get a real good look at it. Alright, going over all the shadows again. Now what I'm going to do is put a heavier outline, but only where there's shadows touching the outline. And then afterwards, I'll blend these darker lines into the shadows and make it look a bit more 3D again. Even now it's already starting to come to life quite a bit. Alright, it's going into high speed here. This will go pretty quick. Now I'm blending it in with the Tortillion. So it's kind of just outline, blend, add your shadows, blend, outline where the shadows are, and blend some more. Now I'm doing her leg band. It's part of a tracking device on the character in the comic book. I leave a little area and blend that to help make it 3D. Her bikini bottoms are basically just black, so I just fill that in black. And then I'm leaving two little circles there that'll be a highlight on her bikini top, and fill the rest in black, and then I'll blend them until they're almost gone. I'll show you that here in a second. Gonna leave a spot for a highlight on this side too. And then I just blend those, and blend and blend. And I make it so it's almost black, but just that little bit helps to give a little bit of form. She's got a metal armband. Then her eye, something worth mentioning is I always put shading on the whites of the eye. And then hair is just lines, and I leave a space open for a highlight on a couple different parts of her hair. And then just use the Tortillion to blend into that area and blend it all together. And that's really about it. Here's a good look at it here. That's pretty much finished right there. If you like my videos, please check out my comic book. Here's a quick ad for it here. Thanks for watching.
Check out the new How to Draw comic book only at bladecomics.com.